Good morning. This is Robert Goodman here on Positive Strokes, Staying Clean. And I'm so happy that you are here this Saturday morning. And we're going to talk about controlling your emotions. You know, when I look back on my past and my active addiction, that my emotions ran rapid. As I was in my active addiction and I was in the trauma mode and the pain of the trauma, then everything that anyone did anything to me, my emotions would flare up and I get very defensive and I would act other than myself. And I normally won because the fire of my emotions overpowered my entire life for a lot of years. And what it did was it intensified the pain that was living rent free in my head for a long period of time. It intensified the shame, the guilt, the remorse, the hurt, blaming myself, blaming the person, all that coming back more powerful than the last time, hitting me harder with more stronger emotions than I can ever imagine, which caused me to be very defensive, very cold, and very heartless. Emotions. Emotions kept me down the rabbit hole in my addiction for a very long time. So as I got a chance at recovery, and recovery showed me a new way of thinking and a new way of life. But it was strange. It was very strange because it was something I knew nothing about. I had no knowledge, no understanding. But these strangers was telling me that if you just do one day at a time, do the next right thing, everything will work out. And I would hear this day in and day out. So as I remove on in my recovery, as I move forward, I come to understand that my emotions was always getting the best of me. And I didn't want to feel that anymore. I wanted to be in control of my emotions. As I did research on myself and research on emotions, I realized that I can't control my emotions, but I can control how I react. When I get that feeling inside and I look at the situation in the present moment, then I realize that sometimes the emotions that I'm feeling are not valid. I come to learn that my past experience in living life on life's terms caused me to write the chapter of my emotions and how I'm feeling when things happen. You are not hardwired with emotions. This is something that you create and you build within yourself over time of life experiences, good and bad. And as your brain takes the knowledge of your past and experience and the issues that happened to you, and you have a situation that's happening right now. Your mind is trying to give you a prediction of the circumstances of the situation to happen in a manner that you think that it's going to happen. But all you're doing is going and dealing with your past experience, giving you the information and the knowledge to come out with the right prediction. So you may be faulty. You may not know all the facts, but you're going to feel a certain way because of your past experience of life. And you're going to want to stand by that because these are the things that happen to you, or these are the things that mean something to you, that causes you to look at things in this manner. Emotions. So in my recovery, I learned that my emotions are based on my past experiences that happened in my life and the negative and the positive that came out of them. So when certain situations fit that criteria, I feel a certain way, these emotions. But this is the most important thing that I had to learn, that they're just feelings. It's not necessarily the truth. It's just feelings, not necessarily the truth. What I'm experiencing is my past experience in life, and I'm looking at this situation and it's causing me to feel a certain way. But I don't know that it's true. I'm only going by my past experience of life, which only allows me to see so much, but not the whole picture. So I realized that all the times that I said this was going to happen, or I stood by this, I was just going by my feelings and emotions of circumstances that happened in my life, that I thought that this was going to happen. I believed that this was going to happen, but it may not have happened because I'm just going by my past experience and the information that I have. So when I came to that realization, then that statement, I have no control over people, places, or things. I only know the information that I learned and that I received. I only learned the information that hurt me. And these are my reasoning why I think these things have hurt me. These are the things that happened to me that were good. I believe this is the reason why they happened in this manner to me. But is that the fact? So when I came to realization to that is that my emotions are just feelings giving me these feelings because of my life experience with things that have happened in my life, which causes me to feel a certain way about certain things. Recovery. I would have never, never, ever, ever, ever thought about examining my emotions until I got into recovery. It makes me look at things in a different light, in a different light. So I realized that, Robert, you're an imperfect person. You make mistakes. So that is a fact. You can't change that. So the way I look at life and the things that happen to me, I may not have the true spin or the true information to close the case, so to speak. I'm only going by what I feel and what I know. And when I go by what I feel, I'm leading myself down the rabbit hole because I'm basing my decision on feelings and emotions. And as I look back into my past, when I based my decisions on feelings and emotions, they was always wrong, which always led me to more problems and more situations. So for me to avoid going down that rabbit hole and experiencing that, see, I love my recovery today. I love the things that recovery has taught me. And see, the more I get into recovery, the more it focuses on myself. See, the more I focus on myself, the better I become, the better life I have, the better insight I have. I see things clearly because I'm working to make me better. And if we work to make ourselves better, if we work to make ourselves better, our lives will get better and our environment and the people around me will get better. And that's a proven fact. Because when you clean the wreckage of your own past, when you make yourself better, you're in a position to help others in the right way. Last but not least, I want you to think, think about your partner, think about the person you love, think about how long y'all been together, think about the ups and downs, smile at the stupid arguments, understand when the dust clears, both of you are still standing. If someone is willing to go through the fire with you, then it should be a team effort in building a life far beyond your dreams. I'm a very organized person, and my wife gives color to my organization. She brings beauty to my organization. She brings fun to my organization. She brings childish memories of happiness and joy. She allows the inner child to come and sit with us, and we enjoy. some of the childish things when we was young together. The point I'm trying to make is that we don't know how long we have. We may get up, we may get in our car and get in an accident, and that might be the end of us. We may get a cancer. We may get this. We never know. We don't know when our life will end. And we know that. So let's, instead of going against each other in love, why don't you find a mutual ground so you can work and build the last part of your life in love, in happiness, and in special moments. Because the reason why I say this is that the most painful thing that I've experienced in my life is finding out my mother was in the ground 3 months before I knew that she wanted me to see her and on deathbed. That kind of pain I carry, I wouldn't want nobody to carry. If I could blow my brains out and get that moment, I would do that. And that's real talk. That's something that happened that I can't change. So I'm petitioning and pleading to you that the person you love, be a family, be a team. Because when they're gone, the pain of you not doing what you wanted to do with them will consume you and haunt you for the rest of your life. I know. This is something that I didn't read. This is something that Robert experienced on a daily basis. So look at the person that you love and make a commitment to be a team player, not a controlling player, but a team player. We're in this together. So let us enjoy life on life's terms and make special moments to last forever. This is Robert Goodman of Positive Stroke. I hope the information that I shared with you today about emotions and feelings catch you right where it needs to be, in your heart and in your mind. You have a great and wonderful day.